Good day, YouTube. This is Jim Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a kind of interesting article here on Coca-Cola. I have a little bit of Coke. I'm also in Omaha along with Warren Buffett. If you follow him, he's had Coke forever. I think he started buying it when he was 11. I don't think he's ever sold a share, so kind of amazing. Last I heard, prior, I suppose, previously to everything going down here as of lately, maybe it didn't affect the dividend. Last I heard, I believe he makes about $100 million a year just off of the dividends because he has so many shares, and their dividends, all right, it's nothing great, so that tells you how much Coke he actually has. But I thought this was interesting. If you invested $1,000 in Coca-Cola stock at its pandemic low, here's how much you'd have now, and as you can see, this is just dated a couple days ago. So investors who bought stocks during the 19 market crash in 2020 have generally experienced some big gains in the last 2 years, but there is no question some big name stocks perform better than others since the pandemic bottom. One company has been solid investment over the past 2 years and has been soda giant Coca-Cola. Recent years, it has been investing and expanding outside of its core soda business, higher growth areas such as water, plant-based beverages, coffee, teas, and drinks. Unfortunately, restaurant, bar, and stadium closings in 2020 hit the company's away-from-home sales hard, creating a difficult environment for Coca-Cola. So they're still surviving. Might have hurt the stock and the sales a little bit, but it's not going to hurt them that much in the long run. But shares were trading at $55.32 by the beginning of March. The stock had dropped to $53.93 after the news of the virus spreading. On March 23rd, the ultimate bottom at $36.27. Unfortunately, the stock rebounded. Fortunately, the stock rebounded somewhat from the point on a broader market recovered. By early September, Coca-Cola shares were back to above $50, so there'd be about a $15 return. Well, 14 and change, or 13 and change, but we'll just round it up to 15. But 2022 and beyond, in early January 2021, Coca-Cola shares had grinded to a high of $54.93, but the stock took a big hit when the RBC Capital downgraded the stock to sector perform and said that the valuation is near full. In the note, the analyst said the negative impact of 19 could last longer than many investors assume, dipping as low as $48.11 in January following the downgrade. Spent much of the year marching steadily higher. In recent quarters, Coca-Cola had reported sales numbers that surpassed pre-pandemic numbers in 2019. November of 2021, Coca-Cola announced a $5.6 billion buyout of sports drink company Body Armor. Just got my daughter some of that. It's actually a pretty good drink. Its largest brand acquisition in history. The stock finally surpassed the pre-pandemic all-time high in early 2022. Surging to $67.20 in April before pulling back to $58.83 today. So, still investors who bought Coke on the day that it hit the 2020 pandemic low and generated a positive return on their investment. In fact, $1,000 in Coca-Cola stock bought in March 23rd of 2020 would now be worth about $1,783, assuming reinvested dividends. So you'd almost doubled your money. I would have never guessed that on a investment in Coke. So if you buy at the low and had it through the highs, that's what your investment would be. So like I said, I have some shares of this one. I just let it set on drip and do its thing and just keep reinvested the dividends and go from there. So analysts are expecting Coca-Cola stock to rebound in the next 12 months. The average price target among the 22 analysts covering the stock is $70, suggesting a 10.3% upside from current levels. So just thought that was an interesting article for those of you that out there that have Coke. I'm sure there's a lot of you that do, and if you follow Warren Buffett at all, I'm sure you have Coke. And like I said, I've had it for quite a few years, and I did buy some through the pandemic. Haven't bought any lately. Probably should buy a couple more shares here and there just to buy some more and increase the dividend. But that might be for another video at another time. So just thought this one was interesting. I have Pepsi as an investment. That's got more of a bigger return than what Coke has, but it seems like a lot more people talk about Coke as an investment as opposed to Pepsi, but I think they're both good investments. So, it's soft drinks. Even though we're kind of in an inflation crunch, people are still going to drink soda, so I feel it's a good investment to have. And not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion for what it's worth. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.